Welcome to another episode of Unknown with Caleb and Anson, episode 4.
Yes,
We're on
4.
episode 4,
Number 004.
number 004. So
Yep.
we are here today just ready to have a good time, chat with some friends, and
go.
Yeah, we're actually I was kind of on time this time, except for I'd made tea and was kind of late, so it kind of like made up for it.
I was a little worried, Anson, that I don't know, you're kind of struggling there for a little bit, getting your mic onto the
microphone did
stand.
fall over.
Yeah, it did fall over. You're having some issues. I was a little worried.
I mean, if it's an Anson and Caleb stream and we're not worried, then we'll have problems.
Anson, I'm streaming from home tonight because I did not feel like going back into the studio today. So I brought stuff to myself here at home.
Okay.
And I did not want to go out because I feel like this is turning into a segment on this show, but I feel like I need to give a weather update, Anson.
I think you do need to give a weather update. What's the weather right
now? -11 is the high. -11 is the high right now. Yeah. Feels like -16 with the wind.
That's insane, dude.
That's why I didn't want to go back to the studio. You know what I mean?
What? Is it snowing there?
No, it's not snowing. It's just cold.
It's just cold. Kind of like the first week that we had, where it was just cold and you're just chilly.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
Well, you passed along some of the weather on our end because I think it's supposed to snow here on Wednesday.
Oh, you're gonna get snow? Everything's gonna close down for you, I feel like.
Again, dude, I feel like this is where we were the first episode that we had, which by the way, like I want to add, like I think what we're doing is catching on because I've seen some of our other YouTube counterparts be like, hey, let's do a live stream podcast.
No way. Who is this? Name names.
Huh?
Name names.
Name names? I can't
who's
names. That would be
okay.
evil. That would be just mean.
All right.
But yes, I do.
So you're saying
like we've gotten a trend here.
Yeah, we're trendsetters. That's what you're saying.
We are trend setters.
Are they podcasts or live streams?
They're live streams. I literally heard the words. What I'd like to do with this live stream is make it kind of like a podcast. And I was like, you're describing the Unknown with Caleb and Anson.
Yeah. If you are tuning in right now, make sure you are subscribed to this channel because we're going to have some awesome episodes. Oh, and hey, we got the chat going right now. So if you are watching, make sure you say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from because I would love to know where you're watching from. Give us a weather update. Give us a weather update. That's a thing now that we do on this show. I don't know.
So, fun fact, before I came on here, I got a piece of mail, right? Not filmmaking or videography or photography related at all. Okay. But I was waiting to open it for the stream.
No way. This is going to be awesome.
You guys ready for this? I was planning on doing it with a microphone mounted, but that clearly is not happening. So
it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Also,
so everybody is a YouTube fan. You guys might know this logo.
What is happening, Anson?
So I'm a huge fan of Pete's Pirate Life and Peter McKinnon's kind of like B brand.
That suits you.
And I spend entirely too much money on his Pete's Pirate Life paraphernalia. I have obviously like the bags and all of that, but then like every once in a while he'll do these like limited edition like challenge coins. We're gonna try to open this. So I got one of these today. Can you guys hear me while I do this?
Barely, but you do your thing, man.
Okay, so I cut it open. So I got one of these today. It's a challenge coin, and what's cool about it, and what I love about like whatever he does, is he always makes it fun to open.
Oh, okay. So it's an experience.
It's an experience. So this one was all about magic. So the whole point of, sorry, you're going to hear a lot of unwrapping.
Oh boy, so exciting.
So This is the box that it comes in. I don't have autofocus, so this is the box that it comes in.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Put
gonna
it on the
untie
focal
box.
plane there. Yep.
We'll see where we are at. This is good television.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna pop this comment up while you're unwrapping that there.
Do it up. I gotta cut this.
Yeah. Backline Films out of the Lumix dudes. Lumix dudes and other filmmakers I follow. I only know of one other podcast in parentheses, but it's not live. So if others are doing it, you guys started it. Anson, you are a trendsetter, man.
We are trendsetters.
We are trendsetters. Let's go.
Got it open. Oh, this is sick.
Hey,
so I don't know if you'll see this, but it makes it look like
Jess,
it's on
welcome.
ice.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so, like,
What?
let's see what this. Oh, I see what he did there. Okay, so he's got like a little glass like,
Wow.
covering the coin.
Anson.
This is the coin. I'm gonna put my mic down and
Wow.
focus on it for a second.
Okay. This is exciting stuff here.
Wrong way.
Let's all say this together, everybody that's watching. Let's say it with Jess. Coin.
So
Wow.
the point of this coin is like one side is his logo, but it's broken up.
Okay.
And
All
the
right.
other side is also his logo, but broken up.
No.
And
All
what
right.
happens, let me get the right light here.
Oh,
When
yeah,
you
there you go.
spin it on your desk, you get this like illusion.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, yes, that is my. Oh, God, I think I pulled something.
You did hold that up there for a long time, Anson.
I did. Now I got to get myself back in focus. So yeah, that was my exciting mail time. I'm pretty pumped. Caleb, what do you think this week?
That is exciting. And maybe we named this wrong. I kind of like what I'm Hassan said. Must be the epic beard stream. Maybe we should have named this the epic beard stream.
That's what we should have named it. We missed the branding opportunity there.
Yeah, dang it. Oh, hey, look, it's Bay.
Oh,
for the coin.
I love it.
I'm so glad she's watching. Right upstairs. I should bring her down here.
You should, dude.
Should bring her
She
down.
should be on the podcast. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I mean, I vote.
Erica,
Anybody
you're going to be on the
Caleb's wife
podcast.
on the podcast. Give us a vote in the.
If you want my wife to be on the podcast, yeah, put it in the chat.
I'm sure she loves that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Anson. Okay, so yeah, you asked how are things going? Yeah, things are going well. I'm let's see, what is it? I think last time, did we talk last time? I made a hire since we talked last time.
Last time you made a hire.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, good. It's been, training and observation mode for the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
So, a lot of she's probably like having nightmares of camera settings. You know what I mean? We're just like drilling.
Is she normally a camera operator, or like does she operate cameras on a frequent basis?
Not frequent. Yes, she does have experience, and she was actually. So I was a mentor at the local university here, and she was actually my mentee.
Okay,
so it's kind of cool to bring her on staff. She was in the media department at the university here, so yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, how are things with you, man?
Things are good. Jess is texting me right now saying I'm really blue. My background is blue, Jess, and I've got to turn down.
I think there's a song about that.
I'm blue.
You got it.
I am turning down my monitor because I think it's there. We go.
Yeah, there you go.
So things are good. Jess and I actually, so we didn't stream last week.
Right.
The winter tundra in your area.
There was a big snowstorm. Yes.
Huge snowstorm. So Jess and I toured a studio last week.
Yeah, sweet.
And so there's another photographer that is occupying it right now. And so we are going to share that space with that photographer, kind of like split rent. It's reasonably priced. It's only like 200-ish square feet, but honestly,
Okay.
for the three of us, that's really all we need. So it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Pumped for you guys.
I'm pumped for us too.
Yeah.
It's no HQ Hoover HQ or anything like that, but
oh yeah, well,
you know,
that time will come. There'll be a Hoover HQ out there sometime.
Exactly. I love it.
Oh man.
But otherwise, no, man, week's been good. Yeah. What are I know we've been talking about like what are some wins that we've had? What's a win that you had recently?
The History Channel's using the studio on Wednesday.
Dude, you said that in our group thread. That's dope.
Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. I think I can say that live on air. I don't know if I totally can or not, but
will not be streaming.
yeah, I know. And canceled.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's kind of sweet. So they're bringing in a small crew to do some interviews and stuff. And
nice.
I'm not actually on the shoot, but I am hosting it. So that's kind of cool. It's a nice little win, That's
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You said that in our chat with Dustin. I was like, dude,
yep.
I think it was in the middle of something. I did not relay how excited I was for you, but that's exciting news. Unless you weren't supposed to say anything, and
then yeah, we might have a problem.
We'll take that back.
Hey, my wife says congrats on the studio, Anson and Jess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, can you do me a favor and move Dangyou's, or is that me? That's on my end, isn't it? Yep. Got it. My bad. Yep. Dangyou's chat was like in the way of all of my
Dustin doesn't want canceled. So
were we in question of canceling? Dustin?
I don't know. Maybe that's a reference to me being canceled.
Are you canceled?
I don't know. Well, the shoot might be on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That's awesome. Dustin. Yeah. What's up, Dustin? Wait, man, we got
a here we go. Yeah. Yeah, people are jumping in. Let's go. Jump in the chat. Lumix gang. Hashtag Lumix gang.
Hashtag Lumix gang. Did you put this stream out on your channel? I think I forgot to.
Dangyou did.
Dangyou did. Nice.
Our featured guest. Our featured special guest. Matthew Dangyou. So anywhere in the chat, I know people can't see this, but anywhere in the chat where it says paired, that's like from his channel, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. We're kind of learning this little thing. Okay, should we bring him in? I think it might be time to bring him in. Yeah. Dangyou, we're bringing you in. So get ready. Here we go.
Sweet. Am I in?
Hey, this guy.
You're in.
Hey, you guys kept complaining about the weather, and all I'm saying, my house might be expensive.
Don't even.
It's 70 degrees here, so.
Oh my gosh, Dangyou. You went there. With the weather. Well, thank you for the weather report.
Yeah,
thank you for the weather report.
70 and sunny.
We were nice to invite you. Now you're gonna have to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. See ya, Dangyou. It was nice having you. Yeah, just lay down there and take a nap. Tell us a little bit about your setup here. This is looking good. It's looking really California, Dangyou.
Thank you. Well, this isn't my house yet, so ironically, I do get the keys to my new home this Friday, but I have a 6-day shoot, so the moment I get the keys, I'm gone for 6 days.
Oh yeah.
So right now, I'm actually just chilling at my in-laws' house. So this is a makeshift setup in a random bedroom of the house. So we're here though. We're
in the bed. Dude, yeah, I'm impressed that you put all that lighting up in a makeshift room. I have to dial this in so much. This is taking years. Years of my life to get this lighting in my room.
Oh, suddenly I can't hear you guys.
Uh-oh. Sounds like a you problem over there, Dangyou.
Dang you. What's happening?
Did your AirPods die? It's okay. No. It's all right. We have plenty of time.
We have
Office bar just connected to my Bluetooth.
All right. Well, hey, maybe we'll bring up this question. What are your thoughts on the future of Lumix?
Ooh.
Dangyou, can you hear us now?
What are Caleb? What are your thoughts on the future of Lumix?
Oh, well, I think the future's bright. I think it's like the California sun out there.
Wife took over my Bluetooth on my phone, so I'm texting her like, "Hey, turn off my Bluetooth." So she has my Bluetooth right now.
That's awesome.
Okay, now I can hear you. Okay,
All
she
right.
just turned it off. Woo!
We're back.
I'm back.
Well, Dangyou, I mean, the show's over now.
Yeah, we're bye.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You missed it with the Bluetooth issues. We were just talking about this question. It looks like it came from your channel, D Creative Vision. Thanks for the question. What are your thoughts on the future of Lumix? We're just gonna jump right into it right now. Just jumping right into it.
Wow, that's a bold first question.
Yeah, I thought it was. I said it. I think it's bright like the California sun.
Exactly. I think it is bright.
It is. Yeah. So we'll see what's to come. What's hopefully coming out. I guess my question to you guys, what are your guys' thoughts since we are all in Japan for the Lumix S9? What are your thoughts on rumor sites? We're putting hot questions out there.
Wow.
Thoughts on rumor sites. Where is this episode going, Anson?
It's going all over the place.
I'm not in charge.
Like,
I have to hold my microphone. There's no stand. Yeah. Matthew's losing his audio.
This is
rumor sites.
It was a poor idea about giving my phone. My wife asked for my phone right before I started, and now she's connecting her headphones to my headphones.
Nice. Hey, it's all good.
Rumor sites. I don't pay attention to rumor sites. I'll be honest. Like,
yeah, I don't either.
They're out there, and like, I think you guys have gotten hit more with them on like, just like, even if you're not trying to pay attention to them, you're getting a lot of negative traffic from them, which sucks.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. Like,
what's that? L rumors or something?
Yeah, the L rumors. A lot of my videos get posted to that. I mean,
my videos show up on that.
But then it's like all the affiliate links aren't my affiliate links, but I'm the one who's creating the video. So yeah, that's a bummer.
I think the thing too is like I work with a variety of different brands on YouTube, and it's just like a landmine of like, if you're gonna say the wrong thing to the wrong people, and so I just like I'd rather not. Like,
yeah,
engage.
no.
That's why I typically don't make rumor videos, because I don't want people to be like, "Ooh, Anson, works with Lumix sometimes," and so if he makes a speculation video of like what's coming from Lumix, oh, that's got to be the case, and then next thing you know, L Rumors is citing me.
There you go. Yep. Well, I think there's like a balance of like it's good to like pit it out in the universe, because like we can say an idea of like we want a box camera S5 2X with no crop 60, and then maybe everyone in the chat hates that idea. So it lets audiences of Lumix, like fans of Lumix, to know what people actually want and don't want, so they can hopefully make some decision at the end of whatever should to come.
True that.
Are you running any rumor sites, Dangyou?
He is. That's what this.
I'm the L Mount rumor, but no.
Huh.
Can you imagine? Like, I just post my own videos to a rumor site, and then all the rumor sites just trash on me, and I just keep doing it. That would suck.
I was wondering.
This is the confessional of Matthew Dangyou.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. Matthew.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I know we all have a Venn diagram of similar audiences. Just to catch everyone up, do our due diligence. Let's properly introduce you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, what you're into, and
yeah, there we go.
What's a win for you this week?
What's a win for me this week? That's a great question. So yeah, my name is Matthew Dangyou. If you don't know who I am, I'm the person who's behind the Lumix Creators podcast. So I had both of these people, lovely guests, on my own show on my channel. So I run that. I run the official Lumix Creators Discord as well. We are now getting close to 600 members in there. Lumix is officially back in that. So
let's go.
That's been taking off, and that's been like really, really productive lately. Besides that, I created a ton of different other videos on Lumix, on L mounts, and Micro Four Third cameras, and now soon, hopefully, more videos with the Pixis, which I know. I won't spoil anything for Anson, but
I mean, I literally saw on Instagram that I ordered one. So
okay, then it's not a spoiler. I didn't know if you're like, like I'm buying a new camera and it's not Sigma, because But
I'm still rocking Sigma. I'm still rocking Sigma. I'm on it right now.
There we go. Sigma boy. That's why both of you guys
Sigma
don't have autofocus right now.
I'm officially Sigma daddy. I call for a vote. I'm not Sigma boy. I am Sigma daddy.
I don't know if you want that, brother.
Sigma daddy.
Sigma daddy. That's my vote.
What does Sigma mean again?
I don't.
Come on, Dangyou. What does this mean again?
I don't know, but it sounds like Ligma, so I would stay away from calling yourself Sigma daddy.
No, there's okay. Wow, you're showing your age. If you were in middle school right now, Sigma is like a phrase that's like, it's like I don't know. It's like alpha or something. Like I don't know. It's the opposite of alpha. I don't know. My wife is a 7th grade teacher. She could tell me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think my son's out here somewhere. He's saying it all the time.
What the
Sigma? He's not putting FP behind it, Anson.
No. Hey, what the Sigma?
Yeah.
What the Sigma?
That's the phrase. I've often thought about, chasing that trend with all of my Sigma videos.
Should.
Yeah. But big win this week. Everything's closed. Loan's good. Just final moving parts and off to the races.
Nice. Yeah.
I'll have an official YouTube studio that isn't 16 square feet. So it's going to be literally the space of the future YouTube studio. Is that entire space was our entire house beforehand.
Yep.
So
I remember you were doing it. You're doing it in like a
box,
tiny home, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was a 4x4 foot space for setting up all of this equipment every single time. And now it's like the last place was close to maybe 200 square feet in total space.
Yeah.
So the future studio is close to that 200 square feet.
Nice.
Sweet.
You're converting your garage, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna convert my entire garage into an office studio, and luckily half of it is the ceiling is on top, and then the second half there's no ceiling, that goes completely over. So we have a ton of extra attic space, so I can throw boxes, paper rolls, different things like that out of the way. So hopefully that will keep it super clean and organized.
Fair enough.
That's
okay,
sweet.
So we've got the YouTube personality, the social media personality of Matthew Dangyou. But you have a whole nother side to you.
I do.
You're also a business
I play
owner.
pickleball.
You play pickleball. You're also a business owner. Tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us a bit about your production.
Yeah. So I started a video production company just shy over 2 years ago called 4x3 Films. Because I was a Micro Four Third shooter, I thought it'd be fun, play of words, 4x3. But thanks. The entire process of the entire business idea was creating social media content for companies, both in horizontal and vertical deliverables, which is still the purpose now, but now it's just grown on a larger scale and larger production. So I've done TV ads and a lot of stuff, ironically, still with pickleball. I think Azriel, Azriel's in the chat. He's hopping on a shoot with me actually this week on pickleball. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. But that entire thing has been slowly growing and growing over time. I'm only 2 years in, so the company is still such a baby in terms of business. But it's cool seeing how much of a blessing it's been on my own family and my own life. But it's really just continuing to grow and grow way beyond my own means and imaginations. And especially it's I started at 22, I'm 24, turned 25 this year. So it's I started so young to get into this business to chase these dreams and hope to make a reality in this video production world.
Caleb,
that's so cool.
Caleb, what were you doing at 22?
Well, let's see. I had just gotten married. Speaking of married, here's my beautiful bride who did a quick Google search for Anson's Sigma daddy name. Nice. Term for a man who is popular, successful, and independent, but also somewhat mysterious and Does that define you, Anson?
That actually really defines Anson pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
Daddy,
you should be the
hashtag
Sigma daddy. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not calling you that, but yeah.
All right. If you're watching, put hashtag Sigma daddy in the chat there for Anson.
Or if you think his nickname should stay as Sigma Boy with a BOI,
No.
put that in the chat.
Oh, I don't love that. Dang you. I don't love that.
No. Sigma Daddy.
No. Yeah. I think it might be Sigma daddy.
Yeah.
I think it fits.
It fits.
You might be outnumbered here, dang you. Okay, 22. Let's see. Yes, I had just gotten married. Let's see. I was 22. I think I was working electronics department at Walmart.
Yep.
I think that's what I was doing.
Yep. I say that way. Not to we have never talked about what you did when I was 22. I know me personally, when I was 22, I think I was a pizza delivery driver. So it is refreshing to see someone at such a young age, have the drive to start something ambitious like that and go forward, full force. I say this as a long compliment to you, Matthew. I don't compliment you that much, so I'm going to need you to take this.
I definitely take it. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things I like in my life that I'm definitely against the norm in terms of society, being married at 19 years old, now almost going on 5 years of marriage this year. So there's a lot of things where I grew up fast, and maybe that was in part of it. In my own guess would be I had 4 older brothers, and my oldest right now, I believe, is 42. So there's a huge age gap. That's 18 years of age gap. So I think in that mindset, I always when I was younger, I've always wanted to grow up. And now, ironically, now I'm at this stage of life where I'm like, cool, I feel like I'm grown up, but now everything's slowly this is bad. I'm going to say this and you guys are going to laugh at me. But everything is slowly starting to hurt. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, I've got to appreciate how old I am right now.
Oh, geez.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, my gosh.
The other day and pulled a muscle.
Dang
I
you.
literally pulled a muscle showing this coin off.
Yeah. Anson's over here struggling.
It's starting to hurt.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, we'll give it to you. 25, that's rough.
It is rough.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was my 27th birthday when I pulled my back out for the first time. So yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into some not so serious talking here in a minute. Go back to talking about gear and Lumix. So I'm curious though, what made you go with know this is what you want to do and just aggressively go for it? Did you do film in high school? Was it what made you go this route?
Truthfully, so in middle school, I started playing the ukulele, and then I wanted to become, a musician. I was a drummer. Playing drums is my main instrument, but drums and guitars kind of goes hand in hand. But when I was 16 years old, that's when the whole Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon era started. And truthfully, it wasn't I want to become a filmmaker. It was more of I want to become a YouTuber.
Oh, here we go.
The mindset of that. And I had these 2 alter egos kind of going at time. There's part of me I want to be a musician, and goes into sound engineering. And then there's the other half no, actually I want to make commercials and do different things like that. So it's even right now, maybe this will change with years. I could definitely see it changing. I have no desire to make a movie or make documentaries, maybe, but I have no desire to make film. But I really enjoy the social media and commercial aspects of the entire film industry as a whole. So there came a point where it was towards the end of high school, and I went to a magnet school that specialized in creative arts. So there's just the best guitar players I knew, who were just crazy good. And I'm barely I could do bar chords, but I can't solo to save my life. I'm a decent drummer, but there's way better drummers than me. So I kind of realized at that moment, I'm all right, to be in the music industry, it's either 2 options. One option is you're super successful, great, but you're always on tour and there's not the great lifestyle. The second option is, you become a recording artist, or you're just playing shows and you work at a warehouse type of situation. So in my mind, I was in terms of the video aspect, the video world I saw as a lot more profitable business. And at a young age, I don't know why, but I felt like I've always had this entrepreneurship drive of wanting to own my own business. I got three different different associate business degrees. Then I transferred to a normal university college, and they were telling me it would take 3 years, and I was already like 2.5 years in. I'm like, this is a waste of time. So I was planning to drop out of college, but ended up transitioning to completely, like, I was already in a career job for a video production company at that time. So I ended up going to an online college, got my business and entrepreneurship degree, which is honestly just a paper to me at this point. But I got that degree. So now I have like 4 degrees under my belt. And then once I was like 2 years into running or working at a video production company, kind of learning skills. And like the moment I got to the point where I was starting to film most of the things, I was editing most of the content, I was like, all I need to like kind of pit all of these pieces together was learn the sales and marketing side. So that's when I just kind of jumped into it and leaned off on that business for 6 months. And then in July of 2023, went completely full time on my own. And then ever since then, it's been like a crazy wild journey, because that's when I just started working with Lumix. I was part of the Shutter Showdown. You know, it just kept growing and growing. Last year, I was traveling probably 3 to 4 times a month. So it's been a wild journey since.
That's awesome, dude.
That is awesome. Yeah. So, you know, as you were getting started with your biz for 3 films, what was some of the biggest like challenges that you faced? You know, maybe it was young age, maybe it was something as simple as filing paperwork. Like, what was some of the challenges you faced?
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, it was just figuring out, like, I want to make sure I was paying myself X salary, and it wasn't crazy high at that time, but like it got stressful in the beginning, because it was like, you know, I was maybe 1 month out of how much I could pay myself. And then maybe it was like, I only had the money to pay myself this month, but like, I want to make this work. And it's just been like, you know, I don't like talk about my faith a bunch online, but like, it's been like a whole ton of faith for myself, like just trusting in God for me, just like pinning everything on him and just trusting that he'll provide. And like, time and time again, every time I feel like I'm in stress, or I feel like if like finances are low, suddenly there's a massive growth where I have months out and like I'm not having to stress or worry about the business. And it's just kind of like an open hand business in that aspect, where it's like everything from there, you know, I started figuring out like every little detail. Figuring out the paperwork definitely is still a challenge. Paying quarterly taxes, I paid way too much in taxes last year. I mean, it's great for my tax return. My tax return this year, but I paid way too much money. So I mean, eventually I would want to get like a CPA and do like things like that, become an LLC and franchise, but like, it's just slow baby steps, because you know, there's a lot more fees in California besides, so you get weather, but you pay for a lot of it and everything else.
Yeah, California. Here's what we're all really dying to know. Where's your mic?
Thanks, sorry. I try to connect the mic.
How dare you?
Right here.
There it is.
There it is. Serious podcast.
Listen. First off,
where's your shirt, SM7B?
Yeah,
you were like 10 minutes late.
Don't you know that when you get on this show, it's a Shure SM7B only. We don't accept any MV7s in here.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Mike, but
as I'm sitting here thinking about how to fix the thread on my SM7B.
Bro, I like this. I like this last comment.
Here, I'll pop it up.
Grow an epic beard. I can't. Unfortunately, right now in season of life, I just can't grow a beard. So
you know, I mean, you are what 20? You're 24. What? Yeah,
struggle's real.
No, none of my families. They all grow. Only one of my brothers has a decent looking beard, and everyone else, it's like they try, and I'm like, guys, stop.
The genes are not strong with you.
Like patchy.
It's patchy, but like if I grew it, like I can't grow anything here. It's just like right here. And
you should just do a goatee. Yeah.
So that's what one of my brothers did, but like mine doesn't fill in right here, so it's just right here. So in all honesty, it looks like I'd be someone that would
a
like
very, very
deal
capable
drugs. So
yeah, I think maybe just do like a mustache.
that'd be fun.
Dangyou with a mustache. Could you imagine that YouTube channel?
What if you grew one for NAB?
Yeah, grow for NAB.
Guys, I don't think it would be grown out by then.
What you have? I can grow this in that amount of time. Dangyou, come on.
It legit. I mean, I can try. I will be down to try. It would look terrible, but like legitimately every time, I'm not even joking. This is like the deep secrets of Matthew Dangyou's YouTube channel. Every time I film, I shave every single time.
All right.
Yeah,
that's a choice.
Clean
All right.
face.
I mean, I tried to do that with my scalp, but that doesn't even happen. Like, no.
Dangyou, we're getting a lot of people from your channel. This is great. I love this. Anson, maybe we should link our channels too.
Yeah, maybe we should. Why haven't we?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of great comments.
No, I'm good.
It's like we can make this work.
I think this is my first official live stream on YouTube too.
Is it really?
Yeah, I did one when I was 16 and I was like, I think we're live. That got deleted fast.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out how to do a live stream. I still don't even know how to do a live stream.
You deleted it or YouTube deleted it?
I deleted it.
Okay.
I was about to be like, controversy.
I know. It's like,
like, what were you doing, Matthew?
Is it on the dark web?
Mm-hmm.
No. All of after I married my wife, I was like, I should really private all these videos when I was 16.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I love this.
I don't know if you feel it fit in on a Viking podcast.
That was last week.
Can't do the beard or mustache. At least get some tattoos. Like, go with us to NAB when you're at NAB.
I have tattoos.
You have tattoos? I've never seen your tattoos.
Oh, here we go.
We're stripping.
The shirt's coming off.
Matthew's stream got taken down. He stripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple tattoos.
Wait, I barely.
That's a pretty big muscle you have too.
What am I looking at? Hang on.
What is this?
Can
you explain it to us?
Yes, it's the palm tree, crown of thorns, cross, and empty tomb.
Sweet.
And what was the last thing?
Empty tomb.
Okay, that's fair.
I've gotten Oreo. I've gotten Eclipse. That's the main one.
I was gonna say like MasterCard. I don't know why my brain went there.
Yeah, and then just God's greater than highs and lows.
Oh yeah, sweet.
So what you're saying is you need more tattoos. So when we get AB, we should still get tattoos.
No. I'm sure there's some good places in Vegas.
I'm just saying.
My wife would not be appreciated if I rolled up with more tattoos.
Wait. Anson, he just got a house, so he can't get any tattoos right now.
That's fair.
He's got bills to pay.
That means we just got to go to a cheaper tattoo shop.
Yes, I'm sure there's somebody's basement is available.
Yeah, this will be fun.
In Vegas.
We're getting Lumix tattoos?
Wait, Matthew, were you in the crew of people that were like slightly but not really seriously considering a tattoo in Japan?
Yes, I was part of that crew.
You were in that crew. Okay, because I know Caleb.
I mean, I wasn't going to do it, but I was game.
You weren't?
Everyone else, no.
Okay, hey, so when I stayed like a week after you guys, right? I actually walked into a tattoo shop in Tokyo and was about to pull the trigger.
What?
But the only
for
thing,
a Lumix tattoo?
No, not a Lumix tattoo. Dang you. No. I wanted something in Japanese and I was ready to pull the trigger on it, but it just didn't happen. Because where I was at, there was a lot of like stuff that I had seen like here in tattoo shops. And so I was like, I'm not feeling it. Maybe next trip.
That's fair. If next trip happens. When are we going back?
I don't know. That would be nice.
Yes. Group discounts for NAB tats. I love it. You know what? We should just get NAB written on us.
Yes, NAB.
Yeah. Just NAB.
I'll bring some Bic pens and some needles.
We'll do some stick and poke.
Stick and
super
poke.
sanitary. I mean, I think I would look good with like a half a sleeve on just one arm.
Ooh, half a sleeve.
I'd be down, not or like a baseball tee. I guess I meant to say baseball tee sleeve.
It's also called a 3/4 sleeve.
Okay, listen. This is
I like the baseball tee though. You know what? I'm willing to rebrand that to baseball tee.
Baseball tee tat.
Like,
this is great.
Listen, but anyways, I feel like we should go to questions.
Yeah, we had some questions up here.
Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat.
Yeah, let's go to the chat. Okay. Dangyou, I think this is directed towards you. I feel like you would know the answer to this. When is Adamus going to add touch focus for the S9?
Listen, I feel like Lumix kind of like pushed with the GH7 specifically, kind of just told, hey, Adamus, we don't really need you guys anymore. We can do Apple ProRes ourselves. We can do camera to cloud ourselves. So
Dangyou's in his element right now.
Probably
hot takes with Dangyou. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, you're not far off, I don't think. Okay, here's a good question. How is the Pixis?
It's great. I haven't done a ton of shoots with it just because
haven't done a ton of what?
Shoots.
Oh, okay.
You don't say shoots on this channel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is PG.
It's aggressive.
Oh, sorry.
Recording.
Recording. Running gun.
Well,
don't
we don't want to get demonetized. Do we even monetize? We're not even monetized.
We're not monetized, Anson.
Wow, we have I think we have 33 subscribers.
Yeah, 33. Maybe 34 after this episode.
I'm waiting for this one specific company. They're sending me out this entire cage. So I have a lot of cage parts for this camera, but I've been waiting on that. But I have
to you.
Tilta.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hit up XLCS today because I did their FP review and they loved it. The guy loved it. Now I hit him up today before I even ordered the Pixis. And I was like, hey, can we partner together for a Pixis cage tour? And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay, cool. I think his cage might get here before the Pixis.
Okay, so Anson, you picked up a Pixis as well.
Pixis. It will remain to be seen if this is a choice that I regret or not. But
so explain to me the choice of the Pixis for you guys.
For me, I've been wanting a box style camera, and I will say after using this is like, even right now, this is pretty heavy of a camera, but once you actually rig it out, you put a proper lens on it, not an 18-40 lens for jokes. Once you rig it out, it is surprisingly stable. Granted, you definitely need if you're filming something and it's not on a tripod, you definitely need some type of easy rig or a cine saddle, because this thing does definitely get heavy. But for me, the entire purpose, of course, it's L mount and it matches everything with that I'm already shooting with Lumix. But I'm just kind of waiting for Lumix to come out with their own box style camera that's updated with phase detect autofocus. For me, the only really two things that this camera is missing is IBIS and autofocus. IBIS I can live without because how heavy of a camera it is. The autofocus, though, would make this the perfect, like on the go, quick recording. I did it. And like whenever you're filming and just like on small crew productions. This works for on small crew productions, but I feel like the trend right now is a lot of companies want a lot of quantity of content. So with that said, it's like using this camera makes you slower on set physically, just because of the capabilities and lack of autofocus. Makes you slower if you don't have a team pulling focus for you, or you having to pull focus yourself, versus, the S5 IIX. Yes, you're not getting RAW, but you're getting, electronic stabilization. You're getting camera to cloud, which this does have camera to cloud actually, but you're getting the biggest thing, which is the, lack of autofocus. S5 IIX obviously has autofocus.
Have you been using that for pickleball videos?
I haven't. So I debated for the shoot that is coming up this weekend, do I want to use the S5 IIX or the Pixis? The main reason I'm choosing the S5 IIX, again, is just because it's a small crew of people. It's like a 3-person team. There's a lot of content we need to shoot. yes, I can do it on the Pixis, but just because of the fact that, autofocus is really useful when you are shooting fast-paced content and you don't have as many takes. When you need to get it like a shot within, the first 3 takes, no autofocus just makes it a little bit harder in that sense. It's doable, but
Anson, this one's directed towards you. Take a look at this. What would you like to see in a Mark II FP?
Ooh.
If they ever came out with one.
We'll see if they ever come out with another one. I honestly, like, I wish they would lean into cinema. That's the thing I would wish they would do. I wish they would go. They know they have a market. People have used this camera so much for different productions. I've seen a couple of features a feature that was was shot on a TV show that used it, and it's just like, it's a really good small camera, but I really wish, I think it can take only a couple things to really make it just pop. I think they got to find a compressed RAW. Cinema DNG is heavy. I like it because it just, I'm learning more about bit rates and data rates recently, kind of going into that nerdy aspect of it. This thing is data hungry, but a part of that is you get really good in camera, no necessarily processing sharpness. And that's why you get that more organic look, because it's not doing a bunch of processing to the camera. I know that wasn't the question. So what I like to see in a Mark II, maybe a little bit more of a cube style, maybe a little bit. If they would put better IO on the FP, I think it would be the perfect camera. I did a stream this past week where we talked about what makes a cinema camera, and I think it comes down to IO. And I think if this camera had more professional grade ports, even if it's a little bit bigger, I think it could be a disruptor. So I would like to see more pro.
What does IO stand for, Anson?
For
those of us who don't know,
I don't actually know. Is it input output? It's input output.
I think it's input output.
Huh?
I just thought we'd
think it's input.
Yeah. So that's what I like to see. The only thing and the ability to record in the camera. So like CF Express card slots, maybe even a dual CF Express would be a killer. I hate SSDs. I say that, and my Pixis is going to have an SSD attached to it all the time for a while.
Yeah, it's probably the way with that thing. Street cat videos, Dangyou? Is that what you're going to do?
No. If we're talking about actual cats, or is that what street cats is, or is this like a slang?
Street cat. Do you have a lot of street cats out there?
You got a lot of
no.
You better check your house before you move in.
No, I don't think my dog would do all that.
Oh, tough talk there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sigma needs to come out with the Hasselblad 907 style camera. It's exchangeable backs.
Sigma would be crazy enough to do something like that.
Yeah, Sigma would.
They make some interesting. I really want to go back to like their older Foveon sensor cameras and use some of those, because those are even weirder, and the colors are fantastic. It's a reason I love shooting with my FP. The colors are amazing.
This question comes out of left field. DJI 4D. I've never used it, so I'm not totally sure.
Is that's the chicken head camera, right?
Yeah, totally is.
Nope.
The only DJI I have is the mic and
I think
a little drone.
I think it's using LiDAR, so I would think it actually works well.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. If it's using LiDAR.
Especially if it's got a more current LiDAR, because their older LiDAR was kind of like me. But
I will say, I think that is cool with L-mount specific, is like how, you can start with an S9 or something, or the S5 II, but then you can eventually go on to the Sigma. You can go to Pixis. You can go to the DJI 4D. You have like a ton of different options for L-mount right now, which is cool. And I think that's definitely going to be something that we see continue to grow, more and more, with brands, because Sony's kind of in their own camp. I feel like right now with the Sony E-mounts, it's like if you buy Sony, you only can stick with Sony. Same with Canon. I feel like it's a little bit starting to branch out, but I feel like with RF mount, you're stuck in the RF mount with Canon. And then meanwhile on the Nikon is Nikon on red, and then Lumix and just L mount feels like has a ton more options right now, and that seems like that's going to continue to grow, and especially if like DJ, I don't know, are they? Because people can pit the prime. I've seen people pit the L mount prime lenses, Lumix L mount prime lenses on the 4D.
I mean, I think the mount is interchangeable.
Oh, this is a good question for you, Anson.
What's that?
Here we go. I'll pop it up.
Would you explain your more dark and moody style? How did you come to land on that look?
I'm Hassan. How long do you have?
Yeah, it starts at birth. No, actually, it's actually really easy.
In the beginning.
I'm a huge fan of Tim Burton's Batman. And so
that's why you have the Batman.
Huh?
That's why you have, like, whenever you do autofocus tests, you use the Batman and like the
all
Joker
the time.
figures.
All the time. Huge fan of that aesthetic, huge fan of that look. And so when I started just kind of finding my little vibe, I just gravitated to more shadowy, organic look. And so that's kind of just, long story short, Tim Burton's Batman.
It's a brand. You're a brand, Anson.
It's a brand.
You're a brand. Okay, Dangyou, I have a question for you. What does the future look like for filmmaking for you? I know, like, commercial filmmaking specifically. What does that look like in the next 5 to 10 years?
Man, 5 to 10 years. I'm thinking like 2 years right now, man. 5 to 10 years.
Go 2.
Let's go 2. Okay.
2 to 12.
Years, 2 to 12. Great. For me, I feel like just in the next season of life, it's trying to figure out, how do I start growing this business to start becoming more self-efficient in a sense. And I think what I mean by that is definitely going down the route of retainers is definitely, I think, the next step with my business, of having retainer packages. Potentially, I really just want to get mostly into doing product commercials, and especially things on paper backdrops where people could just send me products. I can film them at my home, film a bunch of content, send the product back, and then just continuing to do that every single week and getting a bunch of retainer clients. I have just talked to someone recently about becoming a brand partner, kind of white labeling for them, where they make basically a ton of videos in a day and making a ton of content, but making it affordable for the average business owner who can't afford high-end commercials with tons of deliverables, or high-end commercials with a huge production set. But just more or less hey, these people just want it on paper backdrops, couple 3 shots, send it over, and call that $800 or something, and just produce that within an hour. Doing things like that, I think, is figuring out how can I package my business to make it easier to sell, and then make some type of monthly subscription of content for different businesses. So I think that's one side. The second side, I think, is going to be heavily more invested into YouTube, into sponsorships, into growing this channel as a whole. I definitely want to see this channel, big goals would be obviously hitting 100K subscribers, throwing that out there, potentially just continuing to be a face of Lumix in that sense. Hopefully potentially work with them a lot more and a lot closer on projects, on launches, doing different things, like the whole video that Dustin and John and Dylan and Josh that they've been working on. I feel like doing projects like that with Lumix. I would even love to, I'd be so down if they did a season 2 of the Lumix Shutter Showdown. I'd love to be a host. I'd be so down to do that, or show up and do podcasts with all those people. So I definitely see myself having a bigger role of YouTube being in my business. One part from the sponsorship side, but then the second part definitely potentially even partnering up with Dustin and doing the course stuff with him, later down the road as well.
Sweet. Well, that kind of answered my other question of like the channel aspect of like where you see your channel going. You're going all in on YouTube, huh?
That's the goal. I feel
Let's go.
like YouTube is like the one platform that, you know, has been here for time. You know, it's crazy to think that YouTube started when I was like 7 years old, and it's still a platform where creators are able to actually make a living off it.
Right.
Versus, you know, you look at platforms like Snapchat, even TikTok, you know, I have a friend who has a huge YouTube channel with like about maybe 2.8 million subscribers.
Dang.
Instagram, he has something, but his biggest platform was like 4 million to 5 million subscribers on TikTok. And, you know, just like that, it could be gone, which is crazy. Like, if your livelihood is like selling, like, hey, I have like 7 million followers on different channels, and now suddenly like, hey, I have 2 million on YouTube, which is still impressive, of course, but like more people were like, oh, what happened to the other 5? And it's like pitting all of your eggs definitely on one basket is risky. But I feel like YouTube has the least amount of risk in terms of that. So that's why I definitely want to, you know, make YouTube a bigger part of my business, but at the same time, grow the package side, grow the retainer side for 4x3 films as well.
Sweet. I like this question.
I do like that question.
What is your motivation and ultimate goal for YouTube? Dang, you kind of went there, Anson. You want to take some?
Yeah, I think my motivation for YouTube is really just the kind of the community aspect. You know, we talked about this, I think the first week.
Or was it the first week, or was it with Dustin?
It was with Dustin. That was actually the last episode.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago.
We kind of talked about kind of why we do, what's our motivation. And you know,
in fact, I am Hassan. You should go check out that video as well.
You should check out that video.
Yeah. It should be the last video on the channel. Okay, sorry, Anson. Go ahead. I just thought
I would say like the motivation, or like what's the goal. You know, honestly, I love the part that I love with YouTube is it's nerdy, but getting to work with brands like, you know, like I'm testing out the new C-Ray VP1 lenses that they've announced, but sometimes it's weird when some brands do like embargo launches. They're not really secret. And so you kind of like miss the secret side of it, but they're out, or they're announced. And so I get to test those. They're cool. And, you know, just working with brands and meeting cool people like Caleb and Matthew. So it's kind of my motivation.
I definitely feel like with the Lumix collective, like, you know, I knew of most of the people or some of the people, but I feel like now it's getting more fun as time goes on. Like, I feel like we do another Lumix collective event or another Japan event happens with Lumix, I feel like it's just progressively getting more and more enjoyable as we're getting to know, you know, each other here too.
Oh yeah.
Totally. I think Matthew and we were talking about that the other day. Like, what would that trip in California have been like if we all knew each other the way we know each other now? You know?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Caleb and I, like, that was the first time we met, like, in person.
In person. Yep.
Yeah. And so, like, but we knew of each other. We've talked and we, you know, and stuff like that, but I hadn't talked to anybody else on that trip.
I remember, this is like a weird thing to say. I remember asking Caleb to try to buy his GH5 off him many years ago.
You do?
Do you remember that, Caleb? Yeah. I like DM'd you or emailed you. I'm like, hey brother, I don't have a ton of money. I have like $800. I want to buy your GH5.
I don't remember that. Because honestly, people ask me that quite a bit, but I don't remember you specifically asking that, Dangyou. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You get frequent, I want to buy your GH5.
Yeah, a lot of times people ask me to like send them cameras and stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caleb,
Dangyou, if I would have known that, I probably would have still not have sent it to you, but I would have said hi or something. I don't know.
You said hi, but you said no. You said like nah.
Oh, okay. So I did answer. Okay, that's good.
I think you answered.
All right.
I'd be curious if it was on Instagram or if it was like on an email thread. But I mean, I was like, I
Yeah.
think 17 at the time.
Oh man. I could have
That's
been
why you're Lumix daddy to Matthew.
yeah,
He was literally a kid.
I could have been like the start of your channel, Dangyou. Like I could have been that spark. Dang
you could have
it.
been the inspiration.
I really missed out on that. I really missed out on that. Well, you'll pass me in subs soon, so then you can rub. I'll be asking you for cameras.
Why is that the trending thing that me and you say to our guest?
That's because they're all growing so fast, Anson.
I know. I'm like,
man.
I've been doing this for 7 years. I'm old. I'm tired. I'm done.
Yeah, I know.
I got years under my belts, guys. I got plenty of years. Hopefully.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, my motivation is just the community piece of it. Community piece. And I think I said this in that episode again, is like it's just the opportunities that YouTube has provided that I wouldn't necessarily have just running a production company. Yep. And when I talk with like younger dudes and ladies here about filmmaking and making videos, commercial filmmaking, whatever, I'm like, start a YouTube channel. Like you need to be like making videos all the time, like practicing, being in the cameras. And a YouTube channel is a great way to do that. Yep. So my motivation is the community aspect first. All the opportunities that it's provided. Like I probably wouldn't have gone to Japan if I wasn't making YouTube videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have meant you guys if I wasn't making YouTube videos. So
exactly. It's really weird, right? Like, I feel like we're the modern day pen pals, right? Like,
yeah, totally.
When you're like a fellowship of creators, social media creators, you have this weird, like, people laugh all the time because I'm like, yeah, my friend Caleb, or yeah, my friend Matthew, or my friend Bob, like you barely have met these people. And before, like last year, I hadn't met any, like not even Pav. And they're all like, you haven't met any of these people, you call them your friends. I'm like, yeah, they're my friends. Like,
yep.
I call some of the people that subscribe to my channel and hang out on a regular basis my friends, because like friends is relative.
Yeah, I definitely have someone on YouTube where it's like we literally will like FaceTime each other for like an hour and like talk business, talk about life. And he's like with his kid, he's like, oh, here, say hi to Uncle Matt. And he lives literally like in Florida and I'm in like California.
Nice.
That's awesome. Funny. I love it. There was a couple of other chats.
Yeah.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. Do you guys feel that Lumix is more close to the community versus
maybe I
other
should
brands?
pay attention.
No, it's okay.
I would say it depends. I feel like in terms of like if you're on, I feel like in the online space, hey, join the Discord server if you're down, first off. But if you're like plugged into the community online, I definitely feel like Lumix is a close, tight-knit community. However, in terms of how many people do you know that live in your town that shoot Lumix, significantly drops very, very quickly.
I think I know one.
I know several here.
Well, because you basically planted everybody's Lumix.
Because it's like -11.
You might be right.
Brother.
You might be right.
No other camera is working in -11.
I know. Yeah, it's the weather seal system. That's you have to shoot Lumix if you live up here. You don't have any other options.
Stand a chance. I love it.
Hey, I like this guy. Like this. You guys can't be pen pals, Anson. Turning down broke young startups like Matt was.
Yep. Turn the GH5 down.
That's why I started a YouTube channel, just because like it is a reality. It's like starting a YouTube channel, getting like influence or whatever does tend to give you a lot of like benefits, not in terms of relationships with companies, but also in terms of gear and like saving you financial money by showing and doing overviews of products and different things like this. Like legitimately,
Matthew, how much was your Pixis?
It's a long-term loaner.
Matthew, Caleb, how much were your Lumix?
Long-term loaner.
Long-term loaner.
I was actually thinking, I'm like, what have I bought that's in here? I think
I
bought
know.
this
We had this conversation with Dustin the other day. Like, when's the last time we bought a camera?
Yeah.
Actually, I just bought
today
one
for Anson.
Today.
Yeah.
But I think that's like a huge benefit that like people, yes, are probably getting a little bit over it, but I still think at the end of the day, you know, companies aren't going to stop doing that because they're continuing to make new products and new innovations and new steps of improvement. But it's like, man, I'm like looking around my room. I bought like a $20 stand is probably like maybe the most expensive thing I've bought in here, maybe $100 Snoop. But besides that, the thousands and thousands of dollars of camera gear that's in here. Granted, this is not my normal studio space. This is like my in-laws house. So I brought this here. Granted, with all that said, it's like a lot of this is like loaners or free gear that I did for overviews. I like calling them overviews. I don't know your guys' thoughts and opinions on that. I feel like calling them reviews now feels like a hot topic. So I call them overviews now.
I'm old.
Yeah.
I don't have time to.
Yeah, whatever.
Antics.
You do your thing. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Fair. I will say I'm too impatient to not always pay for my gear. I will tell you that. Like, I could probably get way more free gear than I do, but I'm way too impatient. Like, I hit you up, was it on like Tuesday? I was like, hey, I need to talk to you about, like, how'd you get a Pixis? And then 3 days later I bought one because I was like, I'm impatient. So what's this?
Yeah,
I gotcha.
There we go.
That's true. I think that's really true. Think about the S9, like how many people got upset about the S9, people reviewing it, like you got a free trip to Japan, like yada, 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 yada. But, you know,
the
in
S9,
4 years, no one's going to care.
The S9 release was like I feel like one of the more like controversial camera releases. Like, what the heck?
More controversial than it should have been.
Oh my gosh.
It is a confusing camera to tell you. Like, if you're like, this camera is made for blank person, that's confusing.
Here's the thing, though. Let's be real. I don't think it would have been so controversial if it weren't for a bigger influencer making a stink about his Japan experience.
Yeah, that could be.
Drop some names.
Yeah, drop some names, Anson.
Come on, Anson.
Gerald Undone did that whole diss track on Lumix.
Yeah. Yeah, what was that?
It was a diss track. It was like, but then he lit everyone on fire of like, we need to watch out for the integrity of reviewers. We're all being paid off. Like, I challenge my counterparts to think a little bit more with integrity. And like a week later he has a free Sony camera. And I'm like,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
You just got upset because you didn't get invited somewhere. And there's parts of that I agree. Like, I understand. I didn't get invited to the first Japan trip, with the S5 II. And so like, I get that, like, but there's also a sense of like, we're professionals. If you're upset, cool, move on, like go buy a Pixis.
That was like one of the weirdest YouTube moments, like in our genre. I feel like it was so weird. Like what was happening? It was
so weird.
Just let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, if all the videos that came out and nothing had happened with the whole Gerald Undone, I actually don't know if the S9 launch would have been as like talked about. So maybe in all, it's probably a good thing for the brand. I don't know.
Maybe it was planted.
Maybe it was planted.
Talk about conspiracy.
Dun dun.
We are now a rumor podcast.
Yeah, that was my goal for this entire conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, we've come full circle back.
Yeah.
To the beginning. Because I planted this.
Oh man.
Just send those emails. Just kidding. I'm not Lumix. I'm not doing anything. There's no affiliation. I've debated. I'm like, I have debated. I'm like, yo, dude, stop posting my videos to LMAO. Like the first time it popped up, I was like, oh, that's cool. But now it's like I'm scrolling and I'm seeing like 3 or 4 videos on one page, and I'm like, all right, dude, that's stop.
Are you getting views from it?
I mean, I am, but like then I look at the comment section and they're like just absolutely horrendous comments, and I'm like,
they're commenting.
Yeah, that's That's
But no, they're
interaction.
commenting on the L-Mount website, not on my.
I gotcha.
So I'm like, if you're gonna come at me, at least come at me and give me views. Actually,
At least they're not like ripping your video and like posting it on like an alternative YouTube channel or something. Like I've seen people do that. Like
yeah.
Brands like rip my video and post it on their YouTube channel.
It's only happened once to my knowledge, not for a video, but for a thumbnail. It's happened to me once where someone just completely took my thumbnail and put it on their YouTube video.
That's fair.
And I think that happened during Japan, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to confront you in person, but I'll confront you online. Like once I leave.
That's funny.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. I was like, should I say something? Probably, because come on.
Wait, when was this?
That was while we were in Japan. Yeah.
What?
It was like just a straight up like Dangyou's thumbnail.
It wasn't like they like took my hand and like made it a different thumbnail, which I have done that definitely before.
Sure.
But no, it was just legitimately just my thumbnail. Like the background was my studio. It was just on the video. And it was like talking about the same thing, but like it wasn't me.
Same exact topic.
Same exact topic in a sense. But yeah, it was just my thumbnail.
Oh my god, dude. That's I didn't realize that happened. That's funny.
Does that mean you've made it?
I think I'm curious to see what happens. I feel like every year I go to NAB and with the channel growing over and over, I'm curious on the amount of time. I mean, it's probably happened to you, Caleb, more because you're like bigger in the Lumix community, but like how many times you get recognized in public? It's only happened like a small handful of times for me, but like the Japan being recognized was the weirdest one for me because someone wanted to take a photo from me and they were from South Korea. And
yeah,
like,
sweet.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
There are times, yes, when people are like, wait a second. Wait, I watch your videos. You know? When I'm talking with them or like, what's that?
Remember one time we had one of our daycare workers be like, my brother watches your videos. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah. I appreciate those views.
Appreciate
I really do. No, but yeah, I've had like random people that I don't know that were like, hey.
I'm trying to get that to happen more at NAB this year. It happened once this year.
You just have to hang out like where you're most known for.
Sigma doesn't have.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys have a booth this year? And they're like, no. I was like, oh, dang it.
Why would Sigma not be there?
I don't know.
They're at Cinegear. That was like, I went to NAB for the first time last year, and then I went to to Cinegear. Cinegear was the worst experience I've had.
Oh,
NAB
really?
Cinegear was just LA vibes the entire time, and it was like versus
you're not LA vibes.
No. San Diego, where I'm from, is kind of like everything that's good about LA, minus all the bad stuff, and you have San Diego.
Okay,
like
interesting.
NAB was definitely more YouTube vibes, and I love that.
I think NAB has turned into the YouTube space, which is like, I don't think Sigma, other than like, they have lenses, like I don't think they have any like broadcast specific stuff. And then with as much like content creation has like taken over the space, like I don't think they feel like they need a presence there.
How many Sigma creators are there besides you, Anson?
I'll be their hero, baby. I found there's a few. Like, I don't know if there's ones that are as consistent there's a lot of like, I mean, Sigma's a lens company. There's a lot of people that talk about Sigma lenses. A lot of people that talk about Sigma lenses. But like for the FP, like there's some big YouTubers that put out like 1 or 2 videos. But between consistency and size of audience, I think just by those 2 things, like I probably am the most frequent poster about the FP.
So I guess here's a question for you guys then. Why do you guys want to be, or like, why do you guys choose to be, you know, a channel that talks about Lumix cameras or a channel that talks about Sigma cameras instead of just general filmmaker gear?
Go ahead, Caleb. You're good.
Okay. Well, I mean, mine kind of went that direction, you know, kind of helping people like with settings and things like that. So it kind of went that direction. I'm going to venture out a little bit this year, though. I'm going to try a couple different things that I'm pretty, I think will be good. Oh, get this. So on my other channel for my business, I actually interviewed a YouTube title expert for a podcast, and that's going to come out. That's going to come out. I think I'm going to release it next week because it was so good. I think
Have you already interviewed them?
Yes.
So why is our podcast happier than ever with Matthew Dangyou?
Oh, well, this one, Dangyou, these are either song titles or wait, maybe I shouldn't give away the secrets, Anson.
No, you should not.
Okay. I was about to text Anson. I'm like, this is the worst title I've ever seen.
These are not SEO based.
Oh no, they're definitely not SEO based.
Definitely
I feel like this channel is like an excuse for you to just like hang out with each other.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
See me, by the way.
This.
Can I see you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Why are you hidden?
Just like kicked out.
Oh yeah. No, you're still there.
I took a camera that's feeding light.
Well, I'm viewing everything through my my second monitor.
Why did you get variable polls?
There we go. I can see you guys now.
All right, just continue, Caleb.
Sorry, Caleb.
Yeah, this is totally just so we can hang out.
Yes.
Like we're not trying to we're not trying to grow this thing. I mean, yes, we are trying to grow it, but we're not like, that's not the full purpose.
Case in purpose. We've missed 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
We brand new started. We missed 2 weeks.
Yeah, we just started and we've already missed 2 weeks.
I literally, Caleb was like, I can, I'm used to driving in the snow this is last week's conversation. I'm used to driving in the snow. And I literally said, Caleb, we agreed. This is going to be minimal effort.
Oh man. I am moving.
Hey, I don't like that new comment. Get that comment out of here.
Oh, here, I'm going to put it up on the screen. Title should have been 2 epic beards and a kid. Yeah. Soon to be NAB mustache kid.
Yes. If you don't have a mustache at NAB, I'm gonna fill your spot at the house.
Guys, I would have to stop producing content for a solid month.
No.
You're gonna see this double grow.
Hey, you know what? Your views will go up if you grow a mustache.
Will go up.
Yeah.
People trust people with facial hair.
Yeah.
Didn't at the start of this episode you said I'm gonna pass you guys?
Here's the secret to growing your YouTube channel.
You're never gonna pass us. It's fine. Where are you at right now, by the way?
Maybe 6,500, but I'm getting close to 400 on average a month.
Damn. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you where you're at on that.
Per month?
Yep. Your 28 day.
28 days, yeah, it's around 300 to 400 ish.
Nice.
And then views is getting close to 50 to 60K per views.
Caleb, what's yours
per month?
Yeah,
per month.
Mine is in between 400 and 500.
Oh, geez, dude, I'm sitting. You're definitely gonna pass me, Matthew, because I'm mine are in the green arrows going up, and I'm at 270. It's been a rough winter. For real.
I think I study a lot of analytics and like thinking how which is interesting because I'm thinking like I know people's attention spans are going smaller and smaller, but at the same time the majority of my audience is actually much older than me. So I do study a lot of analytics on trying to like look at my spikes in my videos on like what keeps people interrupting videos, saying things like, hey, to subscribe actually makes people think about subscribing, and like even saying like remember to subscribe would actually make people more likely to subscribe versus saying don't forget to subscribe, because when you say don't forget, the brain tends to make people forget it.
Wow, you are deep into YouTube.
Yeah.
These are things like this is why I'm never going to grow. Like I just don't want to fill my time with.
You don't really study YouTube a whole lot though, do you? Like you consume a lot of YouTube, but you don't necessarily like study it, right?
Yeah, no, I don't study YouTube. I study enough to feel like I have a pulse on what works and what doesn't work for my channel.
Yep.
But beyond that, like, yeah, I'm not watching strategy stuff. I'm not like, I will occasionally like have conversations, like you and I will have conversations sometimes about like strategy, and I'll talk to Matthew about it sometimes. But yeah, again, like I have too many things going on to like consume my time with.
Here's the thing, like I like studying it because I get a lot of questions about it, honestly.
That's fair.
Like a lot of people here in town ask me about YouTube. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to study it so I can answer those questions.
In fairness, like I run the podcast for the podcast I produce for my company, and I probably would benefit from studying it more. Because like implementing some of those strategies for that podcast and for those videos probably would go a long way. And so, maybe it is something I need to stop on.
Well, you should definitely watch my interview with Jake Thomas, Creator Hooks, founder of Creator Hooks. It was such a good episode.
What's the biggest piece of advice he gave you?
You gotta have to watch the episode.
Bruh.
I'm not gonna give that crap away, man. Like it was too good.
A little taste.
Let's just say, okay. Here's what I'll leave you with this from that episode, and it's on the Video Lab online on YouTube. Okay, that's where it's going to be.
Link it.
Okay, yeah. Well, in just a sec. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm going to say, and you take it how you want it until you watch the episode. Fear, curiosity, desire. Fear, curiosity,
invoking,
desire. I don't know. I don't know.
You do know.
That's just what I'm saying.
I mean,
I'm going to leave you with that.
The person, but yes, I'm here for that.
Yeah, see, in my mindset, I would turn this podcast into like so themed. I'd be like, all right, the episodes are going to be specifically like, even with the podcast on the Linux Creators Podcast, I like made that every single episode like a theme topic, focusing on that topic. They're 30 minutes or less because that's like the average workout length or the average time someone listens to a podcast.
Wow.
Everything is like planned out and then learned from time to time.
You went full out. Caleb, what are you doing right now?
I'm linking my channel.
So it's the live stream will start on your channel?
No, I'm linking for so people can go subscribe to the Video Lab channel so that they don't miss that. If you're interested in YouTube, you're going to want to make sure you check out that podcast episode next week.
I am Hassan. That is a very, very fair point. This is why I need to study YouTube. I can't give away anything. You're right. I will say I have gotten a lot better at my making people work for the information that I'm putting out in some of my videos. In a sense of like, I hate manipulation. That's why, Matthew, you put out a video where I objectively cannot click on this video. I have a set rule.
But you did.
that when you title your video that I'm leaving YouTube.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I
automatic.
just said I'm leaving. I said I'm leaving. ... And the first thing I said
that implies.
That's your
my
problem,
buddy
not
did it
mine.
in January, and he was actually talking about leaving YouTube. Like that was actually like his topic. But like I was like, I know he's not leaving YouTube, and if he puts that video,
it was a good thumbnail too. I love that.
No.
I think my next video, I'm debating if I want to make content until I get into this new space. And the new space doesn't have to be done, but like I think the next title of my video wants to be like, I'm JK, I'm back, or something like that. I think that would just look funny on my channel.
Are you pulling up what? Who just did that? Hapoya? Maddie?
Oh yeah. But mine's only going to be like 2 weeks apart, if that.
Yeah, I know. Not like a year apart.
Yeah, no. I mean, but in my video, I said I'm leaving. Oh no, sorry. I said this is my last video in this space.
In my space.
Wasn't clickbait.
I literally only clicked on the video because I'm your friend. Otherwise, I would have been like,
oh, nice. Friends are friends forever.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They said I absolutely did not click the clickbaity video, but you missed a ton of channel updates and big things that are going on in my life.
That was a calculated I was okay missing out on that information, considering I talk to you on a regular basis.
Well, okay, listen, Linda. No,
I legit only clicked on it because I felt bad that I roasted you so bad by like being like, I cannot click on this video.
You would have never known. There was a season of time where there's been a lot of videos in my past where this is how I knew if Anson was watching my videos or not. I would be like, hi, Anson, every time like I did a B-roll shot of Anson. I'd be like, everyone say hi to Anson or like, hi, Anson.
Yeah.
He never saw them.
I never saw them. I'm sorry.
Here, you have
and
a
then I
true
told him
fan,
about it.
Matt.
I appreciate you. Black.
I mean, one person watched it.
Is it at least doing well? Like did it?
Yeah, it's like 1,200 views or something.
Nice.
Sorry,
oh, I did not know that YouTube has AI summarized now too.
Interesting.
For summaries.
Sweet.
Most common.
I mean, typically what I'll do when I see something clickbaity, I'll go, especially if it's like a product, I'll go and see what the link is and then click away, which probably gives them what they want, but it is what it is.
I forgot what I did with Lumix. I think like I reviewed like on April Fool's last year, like I did something with Lumix where I said like I'm leaving Lumix, and then I gave a bunch of reasons, but like they're positive reasons. I was like, there's too many firmware updates.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
The autofocus is starting to work. I want to go back to contrast based. Like,
I mean, you did with the fixes. I mean, so
yeah.
No, I just have.
I'm using contrast based right now in the GH6.
We know.
That's why when I get like this,
it just doesn't do anything. Is the autofocus on? I thought you just turned it off.
I'm actually using a cinema lens on this one, Anson. You'd be so proud of me.
I am proud of you. What lens are you using?
It's a Viltrox 23 mil.
Nice.
T1.5.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, it's a great little lens, honestly. Great
Dude,
little
I
lens.
love it. Dude, 24. Yeah. I'm using my 24 T1.5. I'm loving 24. I don't know what it is.
Well, this would be technically what? A 46.
That's true.
On the GH6. So
that's true. That's true.
Which is still a great focal length on a cinema lens, but you know.
All right, hot take.
Little tight for this spot that I'm in.
What's the hot take?
Do you prefer the color of the contrast-based Lumix cameras or the phase detect Lumix cameras?
I actually prefer the image of the older cameras. For sure.
Image wise,
it had a better image.
Yeah, image wise, it's pretty. Yeah.
I think they sacrificed the image.
It's a little softer, a little, you know, little
a little less
softer.
digital. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure.
I mean, that's the reason. I mean, I don't think I actually gave my reason why I bought the Pixis earlier, but that's one reason I got the Pixis. I was like, I missed that like film look that you're just not getting in current cameras. Like that's why I keep shooting with the FP. You get a little bit better of like a organic look. I keep on going back to that organic look. Yeah, the older cameras definitely looked more filmic.
Yeah.
Like when you did that comparison of the GH6 to the GH7, I think I preferred the image of the GH6.
Yeah, no, for sure. Same. I definitely felt like the image was just way more organic in that sense. But, you know, you're sacrificing the autofocus, which is horrendous.
I would say at the rate at which I use the autofocus, like I'm still going to use those cameras.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
It is a calculated trade-off for sure.
Yeah,
I was about to.
I'll toss some diffusion filters on or something.
Right.
You know
what I mean? That's what I do every single time now. Is a 1/8 diffusion. I was gonna say I would be shocked if Lumix comes out with a new camera, but it's contrast-based autofocus. But then I forgot. I'm like, wait, no, they actually already did that with the S5D.
Oh, the one they launched in Europe?
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, maybe I had a better image. I don't know.
No,
I'm a sucker for image over like functionality. It's weird.
Well, that's because you're a podcaster, brother. Autofocus is not as big of a deal as in comparison to like shooting on a small focus.
You're talking about like not being able to pull focus. You just gotta know how to pull focus.
Brother.
Oh,
I shot on the
Anson's
G6.
going there.
You gotta
real
invest
filmmakers don't use autofocus.
I mean,
Anson.
yes, you've painfully been watching me do this the whole episode. Get a good
reach. Mine's too far away. I can't reach mine.
Focus throw, and you can pull focus. You don't pull with an autofocus lens. Don't pull focus.
I just realized my light went out.
God.
Wow.
Oh, did it die?
Well, yeah, it's not. It's a battery powered.
Oh, that might mean the show's over, Anson.
I'm definitely not recording my C-Ray review right after this because I'm pretty sure all my lights are going to die. So,
you guys not have plugs or what?
Well, they're all battery powered.
I do, but again, in-laws house.
Fair enough.
I have an excuse. Anson.
I'm lazy and I forgot to charge everything.
Oh, nice.
I'm kidding.
My hair light's still on. I charged that right beforehand.
Actually, these are doing pretty good. These tube lights, they're all like 1% right now. The ones behind me.
Hey, you know what? You guys should join me if they do it this year again for NAB. Is become questers. And by what I mean is Armando's crew, the creator, with the weird spelling, created something and partnered with a bunch of brands. And last year, I won an S5 IIX.
Sweet.
By scanning.
That's a great story. I feel like I feel like
I was
that
gonna
is
say that because I didn't get my
hit the
lights.
climax of this episode right there.
I think between it's 10 o'clock at night, we're all old and tired. And the fact
we're all old.
Just
we're all old and tired. Thanks, Anson.
Hey, you were the only one complaining about being sore.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Did you do your stretches this morning?
I don't stretch. I literally canceled my chiropractor subscription. All right, thank you.
Oh, that's a bummer. My brother.
We did work out today.
Chiropractor.
Yeah, I bought a Pixis. I had to sacrifice money somewhere. So,
nice.
Chiropractor is one of them.
All right, Dangyou, any last words other than what you just told us?
Yeah.
Become a cluster. Hey, go subscribe to this channel. Go check me out because apparently this is on my pod. This is, I think, live on my channel right now. So
I think this is technically your podcast tonight.
Yes, totally. Like basically all these comments are coming from your channel.
Dude,
I just imagine, Anson, if we linked our channels.
We 100% need to link our channels next time.
Okay, next time, let's just link our channels. We'll just do it.
I thought this is what you're supposed to do.
No.
I mean,
we said we're going to separate the integrity of this one versus our other stuff. But we've had a lot of good chatting tonight, and I think that means we need to bring our communities in.
Yeah. They're missing out, Anson.
They are missing out. Anyways,
we just need to wait until after Dangyou is not on the episode. Then we'll bring our channels in.
Yeah. We don't want
you stealing all our subscribers, Dangyou.
Yeah, you're gonna pass us, dude. We're old and crotchety. Come on.
Bro, I need to do a thumbnail masterclass with Caleb over there.
Thumbnail masterclass
with Caleb, with you. I want you to teach me your thumbnails.
What, you like my thumbnails?
I do like your thumbnails. They're all somewhat similar, but
okay. I think I might have found a formula with my thumbnails. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have found one. Yeah.
Is it the one that you're using the video lab?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
It's one with like a big face on the side and like.
Is that
on my regular channel?
Dude, I cannot bring myself to put myself in my thumbnails. I just can't.
Don't do it. That's not you, man.
I know.
This one's working for me. Maybe. We'll see.
For analytics.
Shh.
We'll see.
I'm here for the soul. All right. As I am Hassan had just said, manual autofocus. I saw manual focus. Manual autofocus in video feels better than autofocus.
So you just gotta change your sensitivity settings and you're golden.
That does help.
Yeah.
The autofocus does that sometimes.
No, I mean, if you make it fast, like right now, this is fast.
Then for the autofocus to be like, no, I just don't want it.
I can make this autofocus slow right now. And like,
I know you can. I know you can.
And I'm doing it right now.
I know you can.
Unless you end this episode, then I'm doing it right now.
Well, if there's anyone that's questioning the integrity of filmmaking skills, just know that I don't know. You should know how to manual focus.
Yeah. Okay. So say you do like a -3, you put your hand here. That's smooth.
You know what's
smooth?
You know what's smooth?
Smooth autofocus.
That's smooth.
Here, watch this. This is smooth. Do you see that? Do you see how smooth that was?
Look at that.
It's smooth.
That's smooth.
This podcast has gone off the rails.
It's been off the rails, Anson. That's what this whole channel is. That's what we should have named it. Off the rails.
We should have named it off the rails.
Not too late, guys.
Yeah, we should change it.
This one goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Okay,
this
boys.
Is fun.
I'm going to bed.
Dangyou.
Yeah.
It's good to have you, man.
It's good to have you.
It's been fun.
Congrats on the new place.
Thank you. Hopefully, we'll all chat soon.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone have a good night.
Oh, everyone that's on Matthew's channel, go subscribe to Matthew. Get him past the old men with beards. And if you like the podcast, this is actually pretty much generally how this podcast goes. And so if you like content, consider subscribing. Otherwise, see you guys here next time.
Please do. All right.